Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today, this topic is one that is near and dear to my heart because I feel like it is the key that unlocks the door to so many things. Today, we're going to talk about thoughts. Thoughts are so important. What you think determines so much of what it is that you do. So today, we're going to talk about thoughts, how to deal with your thoughts, and how to use them to be able to create the life that you desire. So, let's start from the top. How do thoughts work? Well, what I've experienced in my life is that I have to be intentional with my thoughts. And what that means is that if you have a goal, for example, let's say you want to double your income in 12 months and you want to do it by working for a company or an entity or an organization. What I tend to do is I begin to literally think about what that would look like. How would that feel? Who would I need to become? What do I need to learn? What assets do I need to acquire? Who do I need to work with? Begin to really dig into the thoughts behind what my particular goal is. That's how I would approach just one simple subject in life. I think what happens with a lot of us is that most of us don't think. What happens, most of us go through life kind of on autopilot, right? Think about it. What routines do you do without even really thinking about them? How do you start your day? How do you go about your day? What are some of the things you do inside your day? Are you doing them on autopilot? Are you thinking about anything before you actually do the thing that you do? Or are you kind of just coasting along, waiting for the day to be over? I'll give you an example. What used to happen to me, and we're talking about many, many years ago, is I would wake up to an alarm that set at the same time. I would hit the snooze button without really thinking about it. Give myself an extra 5 minutes and I would drag out of bed. I would go to the bathroom and start to do my routine in the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, comb my hair. I would find some clothes to put on and I would find, whatever's hanging up that looks presentable. Slide my clothes on. I would greet my family, give them all hugs and kisses before I left the door. I would go to my car, start the car, start driving, drive the same route to work. I would get to work and practically park in the same parking lot, the same exact parking spot. I would walk down to the office, go up the elevator if there was one, go to my desk, sit down, turn on my computer, start to look at my files, figure out what I need to do that day, do my work the same way I would do my work the day before, take my lunch, probably eat at the same lunch spots that I normally would. I would finish up my work and leave punctually at the time that I was supposed to leave. Get into my car, drive home, sit in the same traffic every single day, basically going the same route every day. Come home, greet my family, eat dinner, have conversations, maybe even exercise, jump in the shower, and then go to sleep. And I would get up and do the same thing the next day. So based off of that example, you realize within that day there wasn't much active thought that was going on. But what I did is one day I looked around and I said to myself, I want more than this. I want to have certain things. I want to experience certain things. I want to go certain places. So now you have the desire. The desire is there. And then you say to yourself, okay, well, I have this desire. What is it going to take for me to execute the desire? What is it going to take for me to execute what it is that I'm looking to do? How can I do this? What are some of the things that I'm going to need to bring into my life to accomplish this? Now, see, when you start to ask questions evoke thought, because then what happens is your brain has to give you an answer. And see, this is where we're talking about thought and why thought is so important. So now what I try to do on a daily basis is I try to ask myself questions that will lead me into action. And that's the nugget for this video today. This is the one thing that you're going to want to take from this that can really jumpstart it for you. You have to ask yourself active questions that's going to ultimately lead you into action. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you wanted to buy a new house. Okay, so you want to buy a new house. That's fine. That's great. What you're going to want to figure out is, what area do I want to live in? What's my budget? How much money do I make right now? How much do I pay in rent right now if you're renting? Or if you already own a home, how much do I pay for this mortgage, right? What are my other expenses? What's the maximum that I can afford to put towards a mortgage? Am I able to earn additional income that will help subsidize my expenses? Am I eligible for a raise? If you're self-employed, can you increase your productivity? Are you able to, if you're someone that's self-employed, you sell products or a service, are you able to increase the amount that the service or the widget, whatever it is that it is, are you able to increase the value, therefore increasing the price and therefore bringing in more gross income? See, when you start to ask yourself these kinds of questions, it starts to move you into thought, and it becomes active thought. And with active thought, you can then get into literally having your body follow what it is that the thoughts are bringing to you. That's the reason why thoughts are so important. Conversely, what you want to do, and I do this so often, is I'll drive through different parts of different cities. And where I live and where I've come from, I've lived in really, really big cities with millions of people in it. And so when you live in cities that big, you're going to find that there is a group of people that are extremely well off, and they live in certain neighborhoods. They drive certain cars, their houses are certain sizes, they look certain ways. And then you're going to realize and notice that there's other groups of people that live in other parts of the city. You're going to realize also that there's people that literally live on the street. When I drive past people that literally live on the street, I ask questions like, I wonder how they got there. I wonder what actions they took that resulted in them being in that position. Now, I don't dwell on it too long, but it does make you realize that there's something that was going on with their thought process that got them into that position. Now, let's also keep in mind that there is a segment of the population that is homeless, that, are mentally ill and things of that nature. So that group of people might really be dealing with some extenuating circumstances. But there are people out there who are of sound mind that just made some errors in their thoughts, in their thought process, and it led them to certain conclusions. And then when it led them to those conclusions, it then led them to action that maybe didn't work in the time frame that they were looking to execute in, or maybe it was just bad ideas altogether. Maybe they were around the wrong people, whatever the case was. But it all comes back to thought. It really, really does. I mean, this is the foundation of everything. People who create multi-million-dollar businesses billion-dollar businesses, people that become billionaires, multimillionaires, the vast majority of them had thoughts of, okay, what does this look like? How can I create this? How can I manufacture this in my life? What will it take? How many hours do I need to work at this? What are the steps and the processes? Who has already done what it is that I am looking to do? How can I replicate what it is that these people have already done? See, these are the kind of questions you want to ask, because the questions are the fuel that will lead you to certain thoughts, because you're going to get answers to these questions. What I like to do as well, and this is double bonus, so we're giving out 2 bonuses in this video. It's wonderful. I love it. What I tend to do is I will also write out certain questions related to whatever it is that I'm looking to try to execute. For example, if I'm looking to start a new business, what industry type can I get into that align with my skill set? Will I need to learn new skills? What would those skills be? Who can I look to replicate what it is that they've already done? I write those questions down. I read them right before I go to sleep. Then I go to sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I look to have fresh thoughts and ideas that maybe answer some of those questions that I wrote down the night before. That's something that's a powerful thing that I do, and it helps so much. It has aligned me in so many situations and circumstances, and that's one of the things that I do, and I have a tremendous amount of success with it. So that's one thing you can try as well, see if it works out for you. But thoughts are very, very powerful. So I want you guys to really start to focus on what it is that you're thinking about. If you find yourself kind of daydreaming or, drifting along, start to focus back in on what it is that you want. It doesn't matter if it's material based or not. It could be that you just want to be in better shape, better health. Okay, what does that look like? What do I have to do? Is it that I need to cut out sugary drinks? Okay, if that's the case, well, how many do I already drink in a day? You drink 5 in a day? Okay, well, if you drink 5, let's try to cut that down to 3. And then let's try to cut it down to 2 the next week. Then let's try to cut it down to 1 the next week per day, right? Create a process, get the mind actually going, and then see how it works for you. That's the reason why thoughts are important, because it's going to lead you exactly to where you want to be. And conversely, if you're not thinking, it's also going to lead you maybe to where you don't want to be. Till next time, guys, we'll see you in the next video.